Yo, what up gamers, Report here, and today we're going to be playing Ezreal, and I'm going to show you exactly how you play Ezreal in Season 13. So for runes, we're going to be running Conqueror, Presence of Mind, Legend Bloodline, Cut Down, Magical Fullwear, and Biscuit Delivery. For the Keystone, you have the option of either Conqueror or PTA generally. PTA is definitely better in lane, but scales a lot worse than Conqueror. And since we're facing a pretty tanky comp this game, I figured we might want to use the Conqueror, increase DPS in the mid to late game to, get some more damage done. Otherwise, we might struggle to deal with the enemy tanks. Same reason we're running Cut Down. Gonna get a lot of value out of it this game, hopefully. For secondary tree, you have the option of either... What are we doing here? Option of either Inspiration or Sorcery. Sorcery gives you better scaling, while Inspiration gives you a better early game, just really because of the quickies. Neither one really, is that good or bad in the mid or in the early or the late game. They're just pretty similar, really. I just think the Inspiration is just slightly better. Anyway, we're going to be facing against Tristana Leona this game, with a Vera support. Should be a bit of a tough match, although I've got to say I'm not really familiar with how good Vera's support is in lane. I've seen it quite a bit recently, so I'm guessing it's becoming somewhat popular. But I don't know where it specializes, whereas we know Leona can be scary early game, especially paired with the Tristana. Just want to harass with our Q as much as we can, especially when they're near a wall like that, like the Leona was. We know she can't dodge to the left, so just by aiming it slightly to the right, it's going to make it impossible for her to dodge that. We'll get level 2 here. Just going to jump out here. Oh, that. Tristana's going to regret doing that. Sadly, not going to be a call this time, but... hopefully we can get something here. Varus, we should keep chasing here. Ugh. Oh well. Because I've still got flash, I've still got heal. There's no way I die. I would even be happy to let the Leona hit me with her E and then I just E out. Her E would condemn her. Not like Vayne, I mean literally condemn her to death. So this is a really good wave stay. You can see that it makes it very easy to harass them since there's no minions blocking my shots. I want to try and keep the wave stay like this for as long as possible, so we're not going to be crashing this wave. We just want to maintain this freeze for as long as we can. They didn't they didn't leash though, so we know that Hecarim is starting topside and should be going bot side, so we actually have to start shoving. We should crash the wave here. There we go. We see Hecarim behind us, but should be okay. Can start recalling here. He didn't step past here, did he? No. Okay, so this is going to be a really good base for us. Really, the dream base on Ezreal is to just get a tier and the Sheen in the same base, because you have to get here relatively early on. You want to get that started stacking. You don't want to start it because you just get so much laning strength from Doran's Blade. Like, I wouldn't have a double cover right now if I started tier, right? So that's pretty much core. But after that, you don't want to delay any further than that. You do have to pick it up somewhat soon. So first base is what you should aim for, and then because Sheen just has so much synergy with Ezreal since it procs on his Q and his Q is such a low cooldown, you want to pick that up as early as possible. So the ideal thing is that you base with enough gold from both of those in your first base. Not always going to be possible, and personally I would prioritize the tier, although I know some Ezreal players prefer to grab the Sheen first if they have to choose between one or the other. But, the ideal thing is that you don't have to choose between either of them, and you just manage to pick up both in your first base. We're not necessarily super strong right now. Basically, the only thing making us strong right now is the Sheen itself. But, it is a decent component by itself, and we get the tier stacking so that it can give us the mana moon scaling later on, and the more mana especially. So right now we're just working on thinning out the wave, and if we can get some poke on them as well, that would also be nice, but... the main thing is we want to start using our Q and our auto attacks to start thinning this out. So we are able to trade more evenly and we're not getting poked at by a ton of minions if we decide to poke them like this, for example. There we go. Yeah, it's a very good combo is the WE. You don't want to do it if you're too risky, but since Triton is low already, I don't have to be too afraid of Leon and engage. And obviously the E prioritizes whoever's been hit by your W. So you can just ignore the entire wave. You're not gonna be able to get a kill here, almost certainly, but... Or, unless... Okay, we actually... Oh! We actually don't! What the hell? What a twist. I was so sure that was gonna kill her. Oh well. It would have been worth it to stick around for another auto, because the tower definitely doesn't kill me there. I just genuinely expected her to die there. My bad. Yeah, the Ezreal is actually a lot of damage, so it's not just about getting a guaranteed W proc whenever you go for the WE. It's really just a combination of both. It's a lot of burst if you can land WE, and then if you follow it up with an auto attack, there's going to be a lot of damage that is going to be hard to follow up. Even if you can't hit a Q because the enemy are through minions, it's still a really good harass combo. The only way it can really backfire most of the time is if you get engaged on. If you're behind, you can't do it so much, but the further ahead you are, the more passive it's going to be. Okay, I'm gonna choose the base now, I think. Sitting on a lot of gold here. So the standard build on Ezreal at the moment, even in the new season, is just Man and Moon and Triforce. You can do it in whichever order you want, really. I think most people prefer to do Triforce first. Personally, though, I just like the extra AD you get from building Man and Moon first. And I prefer the build path as well. Going Caulfield's Hammer just feels so much better than going Hearthbound Axe. So yeah, going for the Man and Moon this time around, but you can do whichever you prefer, and then you second item you just build whichever you didn't build. Yeah, even though Varus is building AP and Q doesn't actually have AP issues, he's still doing decent damage. He seems to have, clearly has a lot of base damages, which is good for playing support. And as he goes AP, his combo can actually just start to one-shot if he gets ahead. Which I suppose is a scary prospect for the enemy ADC. That they have to watch out so much for these supports damage. When you've got talent, there's no such thing as a lucky shot. So the main reason why I don't like going refillable on Ezreal is actually because you pick up so many mandatory components that you're sitting on for a while. Like, we're going to be sitting on Sheen for a while, we're going to be sitting on Darn's Blade for a while, you're going to be sitting on Tira for a while. I don't actually like building refillable because before long you usually end up having to sell it anyway. So I'd rather just pick up 2 or 3 potions. Usually 2 because 3 feels excessive. Okay, we see Ezreal bot side. Oh, sorry, Ezreal, Akram. Wait, he's really low actually. There we go, just gonna flash that to secure it. They're engaging onto Varus, but they shouldn't be able to win this. I'll heal him. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I figured she wouldn't be anywhere else other than there. She might actually win this though. Oh. No, should be fine. Pop the cookie now just in case. There we go. Okay, there's nothing preventing me from showing this. There we go. I won't bother going for that plating because it's pretty much full HP. It's gonna take me a while to get that. Ooh, I already have boots as soon as I... Yep, get this. Awesome. So at this point, we'll grab a longsword. What? Okay, nice. Bold decision from the Shen to actually try and fight them. What the hell? And to think I thought Skarner had just wasted his flash and ult. Yeah, as you can see, soon we're gonna have to pick up like either a dagger or another component besides a potion, and so I would have to sell that or otherwise like use it. I can go for poke here. Can't really all in though since I'm alone in lane at the moment. Varus, I guess, died mid lane, weirdly enough. But Ezreal is a pretty good champion at 1v2 because he can farm extremely safely in a 1v2 position. But not only that, you can also just poke very safely as well. Like, you can actually potentially just... Like if I hit Tristana with one more Q, she would actually be in threat of dying. That could have been a hit. Just gotta play carefully, though. Fuck it. Okay, Varus is back in lane. I'll see if this ultimate can hit Tristana by any chance. Hey, that's not who I was mainly aiming for. Could have aimed it slightly more to Leona, but I was still hoping it would hit her, that she would just keep walking in a straight line. But especially because that's where I imagined Tristana would be. If Varus hits his ultimate here, Leona should die. Ah, nice try. Can't hit her with the W through the tower, sadly. And so when you're harassing with Ezreal ult, it's really better if you can do it from out of vision. Either from a brush... Ooh. Come on. I can't do it. Just gonna make sure she can't get the reset so she can't jump out here. Even though I'd win the trade anyway, I just don't want to let her have that escape. These minions are just preventing her from dying. So she needs to base now, otherwise she actually will die. I'm really gonna eat back up. Okay, she dies then. Oh god, I might be in trouble here though. I just popped my potion, but I should have done that sooner. Oh, does he not have ult? Okay, I guess he doesn't. I would have actually been a goner though if he had ult, so that's kind of lucky for me. So we can use W for whenever we're about to run out of W, or sorry, passive stacks. We can actually use our W to reset the passive onto the turret. It's very useful if you want to be taking down a turret, then there's gonna be no minions around. Or even if there will be, like, you don't have to start stacking up your passive from scratch again. Actually, I'm just gonna leave this wafer, I think. Trying to shove that might be too much of a commitment. Okay, so we can grab the blue trinket already. You pretty much want to do that as soon as possible. Or at least after landing phase is ended, which it should end soon. And we'll grab a longsword, so... third item, I think your best option in most games at the moment is going to be Ravenous Hydra. There are actually some builds, some Ezreal builds, that go Ravenous Hydra early, either first item or second item. I haven't tried them yet. It should be something that I should try at some point. But for now, I'm just going to recommend Ravenous Hydra third, which I think is your best option in most games, as I said. Although this game, they do have like what could be 3 tanks. I guess it just really depends on how Hakram is going to build. So Swordless Grudge should be probably generally the preferred choice in a game like this one. That being said, I'm extremely fat at the moment, so it could be that the extra survivability from going Ravenous Hydra, which gives a lot of Omnivamp, a lot of safety, might actually be the preferred choice here since I'm snowballing so hard. So I think I may end up going for that. We'll just see. Because the more ahead you are, the more damage you deal anyway. And the less important it becomes to like build more damage to deal damage, because you're going to deal adequate damage either way. So there becomes more value in luxury stats like safety. Just gonna shove this wave and then see if there's anything I can do on the map. Not really, they're so far away, I'm just gonna push this. I'll throw a harass ult. Hey, cancel the Leona base. So you want to, especially like mid game, once mana basically stops being a concern, you want to keep your passive stacked up as much as possible. Even in the laning phase, it can be good as well, although you obviously have to work on managing mana as well. It just depends on whether you expect the fight to happen or not. She dies to the next one. Yeah. Damn it, not to that though. She dodged the Q. As you can see, if I have Ravenous Hydra, I'm easily going to heal up off of this, whereas even though I have Bloodline, it's still not insane healing.
Don't worry, I'm not the magic artifact police.
Yeah, I'm just gonna base for now. Okay, so we'll grab... I guess Vamp Scepter should be good. In fact, Lifesteal is actually a very good stat on Ezreal. It's just annoying because usually there are no like proper healing items that you can actually use very well. Which is why it's so nice that Ravenous Hydra is so good right now. But it's because Ezreal Q does... Like, if you're... So long as you're hitting your Qs, right? Ezreal does a lot of damage. He just straight up deals more damage than other ADCs this early on. Which makes the synergy with Lifesteal early on just very good. But obviously, like, because you're so reliant on, like, Mana Moon and Trinity Forest, none of those actually give healing. And you don't have the option of building a healing item. Which is why it would be nice if Ravenous Hydra was actually viable. First item. I haven't tried it yet, as I said, but it could be really good. Would give Ezreal such a good laning phase. Problem historically is that you give up too much damage for building lifesteal. But if you happen to have an excuse to build it, it is really efficient on him. Wait, she feels tanky, what the hell? That was way less damage than I was dealing to Tristana. But I guess she has 3 levels up on Tristana. So it would make sense. Then we're stunned here. Oh, do get hit by that though. Yes, time there for the last hit. This was a very badly aimed ult. Yeah, it needed to be into the left. I aimed it straight towards her when she obviously had to step to the left of the Nexus to continue moving anyway. The Sacrum is... There's no idea when he can actually fight, or when he can walk up and when he can't. Ooh, nice one. That damage. Oh, if I'd just been able to get him range for an auto. Gonna use heal to try and get out of turret range here without having to flash. There we go. Damn it, I missed the Q. No! Damn it. If only she'd felt that ultimate wasn't necessary, I think I could one-shot her there. Oh well. Ooh, nice. I need about 400 gold for Ravenous Hydra. But yeah, so usually... in previous seasons, you would always want to do Serylda's Grudge Third, pretty much. Sometimes maybe a defensive item like Maw, if necessary. Whereas this season, you've got Ravenous Hydra, which pretty much feels like a in-between state of like dealing damage, but also giving you defensive stats by giving you so much Omnivamp. And further options aside from that are, you know, obviously after this item, I'm going to want to do Serylda's Grudge, because it gives so much damage and so much utility for Ezreal with all the perma slows. You don't want to give up on that. But then generally, I feel like Ezreal is best itemized when he's going like a mix of offense and defense. So Maw is really good on him. Death Stance can be viable. I think Frozen Heart is even better than that though, because it gives so much CDR, and the mana even converts into more damage through your more mana. Definitely a full damage Ezreal I don't think is an optimized Ezreal, because he gets so much damage, and if even if he builds defensively compared to other ADCs. Other ADCs, if they build Death Stance, for example, or Maw, they give up so much damage for that, but because Ezreal cares so much about just flat AD and CDR, it makes a lot more sense on him. Okay, I'm gonna base now for the Ravenous Hydra, see if I can get that stacked up and show it off a bit. If they don't cancel my base here. Nice. Thought I would jump the Nexus there. And yeah, you always want to max E second. The mobility that you gain from the decreased cooldown is just crazy. You can pretty much see its cooldown gets halved when you max it. And once it's fully maxed, then you get a lot of CDR. Yeah, we pretty much have a lot of CDR right now. You pretty much just need to land like 2 Qs and then you can just E again. So it has a very low cooldown, makes you extremely mobile, whereas you get a little bit more burst from maxing W second, but it's not really that big a deal. Half of Ezreal's identity is just his mobility, and you're just significantly delaying that if you don't max E second. See if this ultimate can do anything. It's a AoE. Oh. Did Tristana flash away? Come on. Nearly goodie. There we go. Perfect. I haven't quite noticed how much healing I was getting from that, but I'm guessing it was significant. Would have still not that either way, but you can see I can very easily recover from this now. Just enables you to go so much more aggressive. Gives you a lot of wave clear too, which is one of the biggest weaknesses of Ezreal is just lack of wave clear. And we're already back to full HP. Alright, so that's my guide on how to play Ezreal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future, guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments about Ezreal or anything else, and I'm happy to answer them. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, gamers.